Let's bring in Howard's colleague, Newsweek magazine senior editor and MSNBC political analyst Jonathan Alter. Jonathan, good evening to you.
Hi, David.
Republicans dare President Obama to take ownership of the economy, so he does, while slamming them for being whiners and sitting on the sideline. Is that effective?
Yeah, he gets to have it both ways. You know, he can slam the carpers and whiners, as he called them, and continue to make the point that he didn't create this mess, continue to dump on President Bush and convey that he's really part of almost the shovel brigade cleaning up this mess, but at the same time be seen as taking responsibility. That was something that he stressed over and over in the campaign. He talked about the new era of responsibility at the beginning of his presidency, and he's not in any position to shirk that responsibility. But so right now he's kind of walking a fine line between blaming his predecessor and taking responsibility, but I think he's doing a pretty good job doing it.
Of course, the president and his surrogates have also been out there reminding the public that it's still way too early to judge the effectiveness of the stimulus. But isn't this small change compared to what President Obama is prepared to do or could bring on the bully pulpit should he view the public's patience as truly fragile? I mean, he hasn't even addressed this head on in a news conference yet.
Yeah, he has not really started to expend his political capital in a news conference, much less a primetime Oval Office address. When you do that, you're really going to the people and you're putting it on the line. I think you can expect him to do that at the opportune moment when health care really ripens in September or October. You will see him cash in some chips, but it's not time for him to do that yet.
Getting back to the Senator Kyl Obama administration tiff, one of the various ways I suppose we could look at this is one thing that is certainly obvious, and that is this administration was sick and tired of Republican politicians who slam the stimulus, some of whom then go back to their constituents and act like they played some part in getting the money.
These guys really have a lot of nerve, and I think it's really also it's pretty appropriate that it happened to Governor Brewer out in Arizona. You know, she replaced Janet Napolitano, done a very good job of running that state. Brewer comes in, starts basically running it into the ground, and she slashes, with the help of the legislature, slashes money for education, which is what the future of that state or any other state is based on. And so for her to now turn around and get it for siding with Jon Kyl in wanting to, turn down the stimulus money until called on it by the White House, I think is just desserts for Governor Brewer and for any other governor, Mark Sanford or any of these other governors who think they can score political points by attacking Obama on the stimulus and not take the money.
And it's been reported that when Senator Kyl made his comments, it was White House Chief of Staff Rahm Emanuel who directed that letters from cabinet secretaries be sent to Governor Brewer. This after some Democrats had worried that the White House did not have a coordinated response to renewed Republican attacks. Is it safe to say the White House is back on its feet?
Well, I don't think they were off their feet on this. Look, Howard is right that the stimulus was not structured in an optimal way, and there were some real design problems with that, and they are seeing some of the effects of that. I do think they're showing a little more toughness now politically, worrying a little bit less about bipartisanship and more about calling out hypocrites, which is what these folks are if they both attack the stimulus and then at the same time want to take the money.
Jonathan Alter of Newsweek and MSNBC. Jonathan, thanks as always. We appreciate it.
Thanks, David.
You're welcome.